everybody, welcome to the Waldock Way. Today's video is going to be a look inside the brand new Passport to More Adventures. Now, in case this video is new to you and you have not seen the original Passport to Adventures, I will be sure to link that up here so that you can see a look inside Passport to Adventures. Passport to Adventures was created when my daughter asked if we could do an entire school year based off of the Magic Treehouse books. We did that and we loved it. We loved it so much that I continued on with the second set of books made by the author Mary Pope Osborne that follows along Jack and Annie's adventures. And they are the Magic Treehouse Merlin Mission set of books. So those are the books that Passport to More Adventures covers. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you inside everything that the Passport to More Adventures PDF download will include. All right, we're going to start with a look inside the teacher's manual. So at the beginning of the teacher's manual, you have your table of contents that includes all of the 28 units in your appendix. You have the what and the why of Passport to More Adventures. You have a unit overview, so it gives you your 28 units and then the topics that you'll be covering in each of those units. And then you have a book list in the front to make it easy for reserving books, or if you're going to buy books at a used library or thrift store, you have all of the unit book suggestions in the front of the teacher's manual. There are a few other suggestions for those days when you just need a little bit of help. I give you some educational ideas for TV, podcasts, websites, apps, and then game lists. The Passport to More Adventures, the Merlin Mission books, are heavily based with myth and legend inspiration. So there is a myths and legend idea inspiration page here for ideas to incorporate myths and legend throughout Passport to More Adventures. And then every unit is set up in the same way. You have a week plan checklist over here. And then you have all of your idea list over here. Now, everything you see that's in the lighter gray and underline is a direct link for convenience. On day 1, you're going to read chapters 1 through 3 of Christmas in Camelot, which is the Merlin Mission Book 1. And then you are going to read from your nonfiction selection, which I have listed at least 4 to 6 nonfiction selections that you can choose from with each unit. And then you complete an activity. Within activities, you have a Pinterest board full of crafts and ideas, including recipes. There is always a sensory bin idea. There is always art tutorial videos linked. And then on day 2, you'll read chapters 4 through 6 in Christmas in Camelot. You'll read a little bit more from your nonfiction selection, and then you will watch a video. There is always a YouTube playlist linked with videos that are relevant, and then anything that is in bold is something that's available on Netflix to watch, and anything in italics is something that's available on Amazon Prime to watch. On day 3, you will read chapters 7 through 9 in this book. You will read again from your nonfiction selection, and you will complete your student notebooking pages, which I will show you the student notebook in just a moment. On day 4, you will read chapters 9 through 12 of Christmas in Camelot. You will finish your nonfiction selection, and you will play a game. And there's always games listed here with links that tie into this unit. And then there's also a game included in the download in case you don't have any of the suggested games for that week. Then on day 5, you will finish this book reading chapters 13 through 16. You will read a little more from your nonfiction selection, and you will do something extra. Down here in the extra box, you have things like take the passport quiz on the Magic Treehouse website. There's field trip ideas. There's a family movie night idea. There are writing prompts and research projects as well. Every unit is set up in the same fashion. There are checkboxes if you're a checkbox person. There are, like I said, links if you're a link person. In the instructions, it does tell you if there's something that your child is not into, then supplement. If your child is not into Pinterest activities, then there's art videos. And that's why it's made this way, because there is something for everybody. So there are 27 units that are covered with the books. And then your very last unit is a review unit. It's a review and celebrate. So you're going to write a note to Mary Pope Osborne with your favorite book from the series. You're going to complete any passport quizzes you haven't done yet. You're going to play the review game that's included in the download. And then there's ideas here for throwing a party and writing your favorite facts from the books. In the appendix, you have things like the map where all the books are included, where all the books are take place, and then your appendix for your timeline cards that gives you the books in chronological order. Next, we're going to be looking inside the student notebook. And now there are a few different options for the student notebook, so I'm going to show you all of the different options. Every unit will include an option for a coloring page, a tracing and illustration page. That's really hard to tell, but those are dotted for tracing. You have a print copywork and illustration page, a cursive copywork and illustration page, and then you have a writing page. So this would be for your writing prompt, or if you require your students to do written narrations of the book, like to kind of recap it. Either way, that's what these pages are for. So here's an example of another unit. And in the download, it is grouped by level. So like level 1 is the coloring page and the tracing page. Level 2 is the coloring page and the print copy work. Level 3 is the coloring page and the cursive copy work. And then there's also a folder that includes each thing separately if you wanted to, kind of make your own student notebook and group it your own way. So here is just a few examples of the units. Each of the coloring pages was hand-drawn by my husband for this curriculum. So it is all original custom artwork. So that is your student notebook. The next thing you have are timeline cards. There is a card for every book or every unit, and they have the time period on the bottom. There is a key in the teacher's manual to help you. There are different ideas in the PDF for how you can use these. One of the ways you can use them is to just hang them up in a timeline fashion on a bulletin board or by a string as you complete each unit. Another idea is to actually cut the timeline off of, or the time period off of here, and have your child match the time period to each book. Another idea is to print 2 copies and do a memory game with them, like memory or match. And then another idea, and this is the one we do the most frequently, is we play war. So we shuffle all of them and we play war, and whoever has the highest number, meaning the most recent, wins the war game. There are also some blank timeline cards included for you to draw and write relevant events to your personal life. So birthdays or anniversaries, big events, so that if you do the timeline, your child can see how it's relevant to their personal life. Also included are these family movie night tickets. They are editable in the PDF editor. So you would type in the movie that you'll be watching that night, your family name, the date and the time. But I always find that these are really fun, and we save ours so that we have kind of a record of our movie nights from the whole school year. So these are there to add a little bit of enchantment to your movie nights. And then the very last thing included is the review game, or the game that you can play throughout the entire curriculum. So these are cards of all of the different covers of the original Magic Treehouse series as well as the Merlin mission. And there are instructions for how to play memory, go fish, and the way you're going to do it is you're going to choose all of the cards for the units that you've completed so far, and then every time you make a match in either go fish or memory, you would say one thing that you remember from that unit or book. So it serves as a review, as a comprehension, and a fun game to play. And then by the end of the year, by the end of Passport to Adventures and Passport to More Adventures, that is how many cards you would be playing with, and how many matches you would be making, and how many adventures you have been on. The last thing I wanted to show you was the books that you would be reading throughout the year with Passport to Adventures. The only required books that you have are the Merlin Mission books. These are normally readily available at most libraries. You can also purchase them in a set at Scholastic. You will have to call them and set up a homeschooler's account, but you can purchase them in a set there. You can also purchase them in a set on Amazon as well. But these would be the only books that you would have to have. Yes, you can check them out from your library because you would only need one of these per unit. So the books that you would be reading are Christmas in Camelot, Haunted Castle on a Hallows Eve, Summer of the Sea Serpent, Winter of the Ice Wizard, Carnival at Candlelight, Season of the Sandstorms, Night of the New Magicians, Blizzard of the Blue Moon, Dragon of the Red Dawn, Monday with a Mad Genius, Dark Day in the Deep Sea, Eve of the Emperor Penguin, Moonlight on the Magic Flute, A Good Night for Ghosts, Leprechaun in Late Winter, A Ghost Tale for Christmas Time, A Crazy Day with Cobras, Dogs in the Dead of Night, Abe Lincoln at Last, A Perfect Time for Pandas, Stallion by Starlight, Hurry Up Houdini, High Time for Heroes, Soccer on Sunday, Shadow of the Shark, Balto of the Blue Dawn, and Night of the Ninth Dragon. All right, so this has been your entire full look inside Passport to More Adventures. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment box down below. There will also be a link in the description box that will take you directly to the Passport to More Adventures purchase page if that is something you're interested in doing. And if you're watching this because you've already completed or love Passport to Adventures, I would love to know that in the comments down below as well.